been parking there for about, oh my God, we go looking around. My dad's like, if they stole your car, it's probably gonna be around one of these neighborhoods.
Next thing I know, he was like, no, my car's gone. And I'm like, what? Like, we just got to see. Hi, Mom. Excuse me. Alright, guys, welcome back. I'm Chantal.
It's Matt.
And what do we got, babe?
Today we got story time about my, what is it? My Bugatti being stolen.
Yeah. When I met him,
It was my Bugatti.
Pimp right?
It was a pimp right.
Look at you. Okay.
So I mean, all my friends know me. They know my first car, which was a '93 Saturn. Shout out to my Uncle Bob and my pops. My pops put that car together, got it running for me.
I asked that you take a break and Google that.
Yeah.
Pause this video and go Google
4-door.
that.
I mean, good on gas. You're talking about like filling that tank.
That's how you know. When you say good on gas, that's how you know your car was struggling. Like, for real.
I mean, it wasn't struggling. The tank, I mean, put gas for like 20 bucks and it would last 2 weeks. I mean, 20 bucks back then, it was like when gas was like almost $5.
Well, we forgot to mention the fact that we got, obviously, food from Wing Daddy's. If you guys haven't been, it's good. We got some nachos and some lemon pepper wings, and what did you get, baby?
Some buffalo wings. Some
buffalo wings. Okay, so we're gonna be eating this while he's telling the story, but go ahead, take it away.
All right, so my car it's a hoopty, but it got me from point A to point B, just like my dad would always say. It doesn't matter right now.
It got the job done, is what we needed.
It doesn't matter. It was a car that got you from the house to school, and that was it. And I mean, maybe my work every now and then. So my dad bought the car. Just a little quick run through. My dad bought the car from my uncle. The car was already like beat down, needed some work. So my dad bought it. Once I started getting to the age where it was time for me to start driving, my dad started fixing the car. His friends and put in the work to I think put a new transmission and get it running. What else?
How long did you have that car when I met you? You had it for a little while, right? Oh, you got it after we started dating.
I had that car before.
Did you? Yeah, see? We started dating back in 2007. Yeah.
So my dad gets the car running. I got my driver's license and everything. Everybody's been in the car, knows that like the top of the roof of the vehicle inside, like everybody wrote their name. So like I had autographs from everybody. Anybody who ever rode in my car had their name written on the roof of the vehicle. It was funny because my dad used to get mad all the time and be like, why you let people do that? And I'm like, I can't control everything when I'm driving. I got to drive and focus on what's ahead of me other than people messing with the roof that was already messed up. But I mean, hey, that car was a struggle and everybody would laugh and everything, especially when I would like try and hit like 60 miles an hour on the freeway. I mean, that thing would go do 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 do. So I mean, it would go 0 to 60 in about a minute.
In a minute,
So leading up to that, my car being stolen. I mean, this car has been through everything, like everything. My car got broken into at UTEP, and I had, you know what's funny about that before we get to the actual stint of my vehicle. So they break into my car at UTEP. That day I had planned on going to the gym. And for some reason I had my LeBrons. It was a LeBron 3s.
You just got them, right?
I just got them. And they're a special edition. I was only going to wear them to the gym because I knew I wouldn't mess them up there.
They're really nice.
These shoes now are worth a lot of money.
To this day, he still brings up
all
those
black
shoes.
and suede. They broke into my car coming out of work, and it was during Christmas time. And I'm walking out of work, and I'm like drinking I think it was lemonade or whatever, because we had a little like a luncheon. And I'm walking to my car. There's not that many vehicles during that time at UTEP. It's winter now, so like it's like the semester's like done. Everybody's just at home chilling. Walking, and I'm like, I don't remember like my window being that clean. So I keep drinking, and then I got closer and closer to the crosswalk, and I'm like, really, did I clean my window? And then all of a sudden, like from, I mean, a good distance, but I could see it clearly. I see a piece of glass just fall from where the window used to be. And I'm like, oh shit. So I like right away run to my car. Yeah, they jacked everything. I had like a bunch of baseball caps, my Angels, my Dodger cap. I had, what else? I had my spy optic glasses, which are really expensive. I mean, that was my fault. I left them out in the open for somebody to see. But then they went through my trunk. And of course, in my trunk is where I have my shoes. And I had other things in my trunk that they stole, but I mean, these are the only main things that I remember having, other than my stereo. They stole my stereo, which wasn't, I mean, much of a big deal. But I think the biggest deal about it was that I had borrowed my brother's Kanye 808s and Heartbreaks album, and I'm not sure if I had told him or I had asked to borrow it, but I mean, I was forced to tell him like, hey, like when they stole my stereo, your album was in it. Yeah, so I mean, he was cool about it, thankfully.
Well, you also left stuff in the open because you parked right in front of the building.
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
weren't
like,
expecting like.
I'm like right across from where I work at the scholarship office at this time, and I was literally the first car visible to the street. So I'm like, this is too close to like any security, the UTEP PD. Like nothing will ever happen. Like this is a perfect spot for you to park because you know nobody will try and do anything to the vehicle at that point because it's visible. Yeah, you would think. Wrong. So that's one instance of my vehicle being messed with. But now it leads me into a couple years later that, I mean, I need this vehicle. I'm struggling with it. Moved out of my parents' house.
We had just moved in together.
Yeah, we had just moved in together.
And at the time too, when he was at UTEP, I was at community. Or I hadn't started yet. No, I was at community.
You were at community?
So he was going to UTEP while I was at community.
What do you remember about my vehicle?
I remember being happy that we had a vehicle to go from point A to point B. But the one thing I will say, well, I didn't want to mention that to
Summertime's hot.
Yeah.
I know it.
It's El Paso. And if you don't even know what the weather's like in El Paso, just think of Texas. Texas in the summer, it is hot. Hot, 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 hot.
That's an understatement.
So when we would
It's hot as hell.
when we would go out on dates in the summer, I would be dying. There was no AC. It just, and you know what makes it worse? Oh my god, I remember this now. There was no AC, right? So todos sufriendo, like suffering in the car, thinking I'm all cute and shit with my makeup, and then it's all melting off, be looking like like I'm falling apart. But the one thing I will say I remember is this happened right after they fixed your AC. We literally had air conditioner for like.
You got special guests.
Yeah, like she wanted it. Why? I wonder.
Say hi.
Now introduce yourself.
Say hi to everybody.
Okay, I'm pretty girl. Okay.
So that's your
So-
most fondest memory is that I had
Yeah,
AC?
you had no AC, and when we finally got AC in this car, which I didn't even think was possible,
I didn't think so either.
this happens. Like literally like a month or like maybe 2-3 months later,
Yeah.
because we didn't have it for long at all.
Did you ever get to ride in the trucks? Yeah, right?
Yeah, good. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here too.
Chucks.
Yeah,
is here,
Chucks is here.
too.
He's watching the game. Oops, my bad.
So that's your fondest memory.
Yeah.
I have lots of
I
fond
remember
memories.
everybody's signature on the top because you know when it's the foam, you can easily carve into it. So that's what he means. Like
All my
literally,
friends that are watching this
everybody.
video, write down in the comments what your fondest memory in my vehicle is. Aside from writing your damn name on the top of the damn.
That's what they're gonna
my
say.
car. And you don't want to write that because my dad's probably gonna ask like who wrote their names.
Oh my god. So fast forward again to a few years later, right?
A few years later,
After the break-in.
I'm going into work. Well, before I'm going into work, I mean, this is like deep into, it was a spring semester, yeah. Because it was like March.
What's it?
It was around midterms.
Oh great. You don't
I'm
know it.
studying my ass off because I'm trying to finish school. And I know that day when it happened, I had 2 exams. And I mean, like I was studying my ass off. Like when I studied, I would stay up, and then I had to go into work like by 8 a.m.
You don't know what that college life is like.
Yeah. So I usually park in Segundo Barrio here in El Paso. So if you know where my work was across the street from that.
Everybody that's from here is already like,
Yeah.
whoa.
But you know what? If you knew anybody that was working downtown and you park on that street, you knew that the people would actually look out for your vehicle and everything. Those people were cool and everything. I had no issues parking down there. I had been parking down there for maybe 2 years already. So I go into work. I'm studying. I had studied that night and that morning, and I'm ready for these exams. And I didn't park at my usual spot because I wanted to get in and out from work straight to my car and go head up the street because it was a straight shot from there to UTEP, pretty much. So going, having a good day. And I think, you know what's funny is that I believe it was a luncheon also. So it just happens to be every time we're having luncheons. I don't know what we're having luncheon for.
This is supposed to
What
be
the
a
hell?
good thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm gonna eat some good ass
So
food.
I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go take these 2 exams. I'm gonna have a good rest of the afternoon because I'm gonna kill them real quick. I'm gonna get in and out of class and then head home. I'll be home earlier than I expected. So I'm walking out. I think it's like around 1 o'clock. I think it was like 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
So I'm walking down and I'm going to the block where I park, and it's Campbell Street. So Campbell is like, and you know what's funny is that on Campbell, literally 2 blocks from where I park is the police station. Like, I mean, it's heavily patrolled by police.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I'm walking down, and I'm getting there to the spot, and I'm like, see somebody else parked in my spot. And I'm looking at the car, and I'm like, and I was freaking out, but at the same time, I was like, wait, did I forget where I parked? So before I did anything, before I called the cops or anything, I walked around the block. I walked halfway around the block.
To make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you call me as you were walking to your car? Or was this after? Because you called me.
It was after.
Okay. I thought it was when you were walking.
Mm-hmm. I walked halfway around the block, and as I got to halfway around the block, I started running around the block because I was like, oh shit, no, my car is like got stolen. Run around the whole block, up and down the other streets to make sure I didn't park anywhere else because I was so focused on my exams and work and all that. Like maybe I forgot before I called the cops, and then the cops get here and they're like, your car's right there. I was like, let's look around first.
No, you're right. My bad.
So I realized my car's stolen. My first instinct is I call my mom because she worked near me too. So I'm like, hey mom, like I'm freaking out to her, and she's like, oh, no, don't worry, like we'll try and figure it out. After that, I called the cops. I was like, I mean, they stole my car. Tell them, hey, yeah, they stole my car. It's this 93 Saturn. My plate numbers were pretty easy back then. I forgot. It was easy. So I tell the cops. The cops are like, okay, we're sending a unit, and I'm walking around and I'm still looking. What was it?
I remember your mom telling you, she was trying to calm you down too. She was like, you probably just parked somewhere else and you don't remember. She's like,
and
look,
and I told her, I was like, no, I like walked around the block like almost twice.
He's like, I went everywhere I possibly could have parked and it's not there. So I think that's when the whole freaking moment really started.
Yeah, and then it kicked in. I was like, they really stole my car. But what's funny, that's what I was gonna say. What's funny is that I was struggling and I was riding on fumes getting to work. I only had probably enough to get me from work up to UTEP and possibly to the gas station.
Oh my god.
So I was like, well, if they stole my car,
And
I told this to the cop. I told him everything. I was like, they stole my car. They didn't get too far because I was literally on E, maybe even below E. I was like, so, I don't know. And he's like, no. Cop like right away shot down my feelings. He's like, no, they took it to Juarez. They're probably chopping it up or they're probably using it for drug smuggling. I was like, all right, well.
Oh, casual, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
He's
don't
like,
worry
so
about it.
let me write this incident report for you. All right, here you go. You can be on your way. And I was kind of like,
Thanks, Renee.
thanks. So I'm stuck there. I'm stuck on the damn street. Meanwhile, I'm having to get to school also. My car just got stolen. I have a midterm that I had to take.
Oh my god, no.
And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, my car got stolen. I'm about to fail this exam for not showing up. I don't know if the teacher's gonna accept my excuse, which was valid. I had a freaking, police report with me. So my dad gets there, he picks me up, and he's like, you want to go looking for the car? I was like, no, we gotta get straight to school. I gotta go take this midterm. So he takes me, I take my midterm, I walk in, and the teacher ends up telling me, like, don't worry about it. I show him he's like, just take it another day. And I go to my next teacher, and I tell him, and they're like, just come back another day. So it was like, good karma kind of took its spot.
Well, I'm happy they understood because sometimes they don't even care.
Yeah.
They're just.
But that was then. I think now, because people use freaking like different excuses and lies.
No, well, I was about to say, like, how would you even prove that your car got stolen? But you had a police report. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah.
So they ended up letting me out of my 2 exams, and shout out to those teachers. I remember Professor Maceo Daly.
Really?
Yeah. Rest in peace. But he was a good guy. He was a good guy. Yeah. So I'm walking out, and I tell my dad, like, they let me out. So we go looking around. My dad's like, if they stole your car, it's probably gonna be around one of these neighborhoods. So we go around all those neighborhoods thinking, and we went looking. I want to say like maybe like 20 minutes looking around, and then by the time it was like, I was like, nah, it's gone, Dad. It's gone. Like, I was heartbroken because that car had sentimental value to me.
It did at that point.
It was like big time sentimental value. I had everybody's names written on the top. I had all these memories.
It was like your fucking middle school yearbook, high school yearbook.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I remember when we used to do that, when we used to sign each other's shirts, like on the last day of school, and you had a shirt full of everybody's signatures. I know I did that in middle school, but I don't know if people still do that. Oh my god.
So whoever stole my Saturn, thanks for nothing. Caused a whole lot of heartache.
I remember when he called me to let me know, like,
I don't remember even calling you.
You did call me, and I'm telling you, I think you called me, like, getting out of work, walking to your car. And then we were talking like nothing, and then he's like, hold on, like, I can't find my car. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't find your car? And he's like, it's not where I parked it. I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I'll call you back. So that's how I knew, like, the freak out moment was gonna happen. So I'm just waiting for his call patiently. I don't know if I was in school at the time. I don't know what was happening, but I remember him calling me and telling me this, and I'm like, are you sure, babe? And he's like, yeah, like, I'll call you back. And he hangs up. So I assumed that, like, he went around the building to, like, go look if he possibly parked anywhere else. And, like, next thing I know, he was like, no, my car's gone. And I'm like, what? Like, we just got to see.
So there was no shattered glass, right? There was no shattered glass.
No, nothing, right?
But I think maybe, like, prior to that, my passenger window was broken, and it was like where you can, like, swipe it down, and my dad had put tape to fix it.
Oh hell no!
So my intuition is that they cut the tape with the razor blade and just rolled that window down, and they hot-wired that vehicle. I'm telling you, this car was a hoopty. It was struggling. It was getting me from where I needed to be and where I needed to go. Other than that, shit, they stole that car. I don't know what they did with it. They better have enjoyed it, because I enjoyed it. I miss it.
Didn't you ask the neighbors too, like, around where you parked?
No, because all those houses were gated. So, and then oh, that's what. There was a girl so that car that I saw parked in my spot. There was a girl sitting in it, and I asked her, I was like, did you see anybody move a car behind you or anything? Did you see another car, like, that was parked right here before you got here? She's like, no. And I was like, when did you get here? She's like, maybe like 20 minutes ago. So then I was like, what the hell? Like, you had to have seen something.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't just straight up jack me right when I parked the
She's
car.
like, you're not gonna get me involved in this. I appreciate it. Thanks, lady.
But I still got the keys to the Saturn. Still hoping one day I find it.
He does.
One day it comes back, because you know what? That's a lot of, like, memories.
We'll be driving around, and he's like, is that my Saturn? I'm like, no, babe, let the Saturn go. It's in Juarez.
I had some chrome rims on that.
That car is gone. Just dead and gone.
Chrome rims.
You got some chrome. Get out of here.
I was balling.
It was gold to add to it.
It was champagne.
No, it was gold.
It was
like,
champagne.
trying to be all bougie out here.
Champagne or sandy type paint.
Get out of here.
All my friends know it was called Bumblebee.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody with the names on it. That's pretty much it. They jacked me up for my car and had probably little to no gas to get across. They probably had enough gas to get onto the bridge and probably died on them.
At that point, they could have just...
Yeah. I would love to, like, if I could ever find out, like, what happened to it, I would love to find out. Just as, like...
Just to know?
Yeah, just to know, like, the story, like, why they needed my car. I mean, yeah, I needed to get all this, like, drugs to Juarez, or, I don't know, like...
I needed it to support
Yeah.
my family. I would hope so. I would hope that it at least went to good use for them.
I know.
Because we missed it.
I finally get AC in my damn car, just for it to get stolen. I was so excited for summer. I was like, summer's coming up. I'm about to have AC. I have the heater going. The heater's good during the winter.
Yeah. Ironically, the one freaking thing that worked was the heater.
And I was so excited to use the AC, just to not be able to ever use the AC.
I used it like for a little bit. That was it.
But
that was the story of this
that's
car
my
getting
story. My
stolen.
car getting stolen. Yeah.
But I think it's funny. Yeah, you had so many incidents with that car getting broken into.
Yeah, like why my car?
I don't know. I think we're just those people that.
There was always nicer cars like around my car, and it was like, no, let's take that one.
You're just the easy target.
But thanks for enjoying the story time about my beautiful Ferrari.
That swept me right off my feet.
You know it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to do more story times. Let us know if you like these story time mukbangs, eating and telling the story.
And all my friends, comment below what you remember about my car, what you did in my car.
And then, yeah, you guys have plenty of memories. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about?
What you did in my car, everything.
I don't know if you want to disclose that, but you're more than welcome.
Alright guys, what happened to peace? Peace.
Bye guys.